Hi, today we're going to talk about the 3 things I wish I knew before I started my coaching business. 3 lessons that I've learned along the way. I'm going to share this information with you so you can have a head start. You can hopefully have a jump start, some things that you maybe won't have to take as long to learn as I did. If you are a coach, a freelancer, a consultant, if you're getting clients on the internet, this information will help you. So stick around. Also, make sure you stick around to the end because we're also going to talk about 2 things that I still need to learn. Maybe you can help me with these things. These might be things that you can come on the channel and talk about, or at least you could do some research and learn them for yourself now so that you don't have to be where I am, down the road in your business and still trying to learn these valuable, helpful, necessary lessons. I'm going to drop some links in this video. The Work From Anywhere Toolkit contains the links that I'm going to talk about. So if you have not yet gotten your Work From Anywhere Toolkit, go to exodussummit.com/toolkit. This is for people who want to run a business online so that they can live anywhere. All right. I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Stephanie Perry. I'm a year-round house sitter and I'm the creator of House Sitter School. I help Black women take a sabbatical to travel on a budget or move abroad on a budget. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and make sure that you turn on notifications so that you'll be notified when I post a new video. Welcome. We're talking about things that I wish I had known about growing a coaching business because I'm right now running my business from La Paz, Mexico. I'm in La Paz, which is in the state of Baja California Sur, which is beautiful. I don't know that you're not going to see too much of the background because of the sunlight, but it's beautiful. You're going to have to trust me or follow me on Instagram at Vicarious if you want to see some pictures. But for me, being able to run a business that supports my ability to live anywhere in the world is the dream. It's the dream and I get to do it. I'm doing it. I'm living my travel dreams. I want to help you do the same thing, okay? I don't want your business to be a drag or a drain on you. I want your business to elevate you, to give you the life that you want, right? And beyond, the life that you're dreaming of today and the life that you can't even envision yet for yourself. So that's why we're going to talk about some lessons in running a coaching business. Again, when I say coaching, I say coaching because I am the creator of House Sitter School. I help coach people to become house sitters, and I help coach people to take a sabbatical or to move abroad. But you don't have to be a coach to benefit from these lessons. If you are, like I said, if you're getting clients online, these will help you, right? If you're talking about, if you have a product or a service that people buy from you on the internet, they find you on the internet and they buy from you on the internet, these lessons will help you, I think. These are things that, it took me too long to learn some of these, but let's get right into it. All right, lesson number 1 that I wish I had known before I started my coaching business was how to price. How to set a price for my products or services that is going to support me and also like not have me resenting my clients and customers. Like seriously, real talk, when your prices are too low, you resent that people buy from you, which is a really strange place to be. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about your business is draining you and your business is not feeding your greater purpose or your greater goals. The problem that we make as new coaches, as new freelancers, as new consultants, is that we don't factor in the right things when we're setting our prices. One thing I wasn't doing properly was factoring in my correct business expenses, which includes taxes. Even now, like this is a lesson that I'm still learning. Even now, when I go to file my taxes in April, I'm not exactly sure what result I'm going to get back, right? I'm not exactly sure what number I'm going to have to pay. And this is something that we need to factor into our pricing so that we don't come up short in the end. I know to factor in certain expenses, right? I know what my website hosting costs and my email, like my email service provider costs every month. I pay for Canva, I pay for some things. I know to factor those things in so that when I set my pricing, I can reimburse myself or like recoup those costs, but I'm still slipping on the taxes thing. Don't be like me. One of the solutions to this is just not to base your pricing on your business like expenses. Instead, base your pricing on the value that you're providing to the customer, which is probably going to be significantly more than the pricing that you're using, the pricing model that you're using right now? Can you put a dollar figure on the transformation that you're giving to people? So let's take house sitter school for example. Once you become a house sitter, you no longer have to pay for accommodation when you travel. I traveled for 11 months straight house sitting in 2018 into 2019, 11 months straight without paying for accommodation, right? And so when I price house sitter school at $67, I'm really undervaluing the transformation that I'm giving to house sitter school students. I'm not exaggerating when I say I house sat for 11 months straight. I did. I went from Mexico to San Francisco to London to Amsterdam, like hopping around the globe. And I didn't pay rent, mortgage, utility bill, cable or internet service provider, none of that for 11 months straight. House sitter school is not only for people who want to house sit full time, it's also for people who want to house sit part time, like house sit on vacations from work or house sit on like 4-day weekends or whatever. So it's providing a different level of value to people, but also like a value that's significantly higher than the $67 price point that it's at. So note to self, raise the price on house sitter school. But we need to learn to set our prices based on the value, based on the transformation. Y'all know, if you've watched my videos, you know that I love Letitia Stiles. Letitia Stiles is a coach of coaches, or a coach of online business women, or people, I guess. Letitia Stiles has a video called Pricing Strategies for New Coaches. I'm going to link to that video in the description. In that video, she says to choose a number that feels like abundance, right? Choose a number that feels like overflow. Choose a number, choose a price for your service or for your product that makes you really excited to work with this client. That I can't give you better advice than that, okay? I really have at times felt like my prices were so low that I resented having to do the work. I've been a virtual assistant and I've been a coach, and both times I've been guilty of this myself. I don't want that for you. So listen to what Letitia says when this video is over. Watch her video, and I hope that that opens up the idea of pricing for you. I recommend that you have products at different price points. If you're afraid that the high dollar price that you're putting on something is too high for, entry-level customers or entry-level clients, have something that's a low-level price point that involves less touch from you, low touch from you, that doesn't require a lot of your time, but can be an entryway, a door in for some of your clients or customers, right? Have something that's inexpensive, something that's medium priced, and then something that is like a high ticket offer. Okay, so what do you do if you have come up with a price, if you've come up with a number that, like Letitia says, feels like abundance, and you're afraid that no one is going to pay you at that price? Jeff Walker says that the better the free content, right? The better the quality of the free content, the more likely your client is to pay you a higher price for the paid content. So make sure that your free stuff is good. I give good content on YouTube for free. I think that's why people are like, sure, here's some money when it's time for me to make a sale. The right people, the right clients or customers. Get your content marketing game on. I've got videos here on my channel about YouTube. I think YouTube is the place if you're going to start content marketing, if you're going to start offering free content to people in order to draw them in as clients or customers. I think YouTube is the place to do it. It's a search engine. I've got some really good videos that I will link to in the description on how to get started on YouTube and how to get your first clients on YouTube. A word of caution about offering your services for free. I'm talking about free content. I'm not talking about free time. I'm not talking about giving potential clients your time for free. Almost every time, not an exaggeration, almost every time I have offered someone a free one-on-one call with me, they have not shown up. Not only have they not shown up, but then they've tried to reschedule to take even more of my time. I am not an advocate of free time, right? I'm not an advocate of working for free when it's going to take your time, especially if you've already gotten some clients, right? Maybe your very first client you do for free so that you can use the testimonial. But if you've already done some work for someone and you've already gotten results for someone, I do not advocate giving your time for free because it's just going to be wasted. Also, you underestimate how much time a one-on-one call takes. A 30-minute one-on-one call is really like an hour and 5 or 10 minutes of my time because I got to get dressed, right? I work from the house by myself. I'm not wearing a bra. I don't have eyebrows on. It's time for me to do a one-on-one call. I got to put on a bra. I got to paint some eyebrows on my face. I got to do some things which are going to take some time. And then I have to sit there and wait for you. And then I have to send an email afterwards. 30-minute call is really about 65 to 70 minutes of my time. So charging $20 for a one-on-one call is a loss. You're losing money, right? In that hour, I could have made $20 doing a handful of other things. So no to the free time, yes to the free content. Okay. Also, let's talk a little bit about sales. It's easier to raise the price than to lower the price. I'm not a fan of sales on the exact same item, but I am a fan of bundles. So you know that like I do the new house sitter bundle a couple of times a year. I bundle together house sitter school plus a one-on-one call plus a discount with trusted house sitters. That's not the same as knocking down the price for house sitter school. Bundle some things together if you want to do a special price for a special like holiday or whatever. Don't feel obligated to knock the price down on your item. Don't feel obligated to run sales. But bundles with a time limitation do create like a sense of urgency. It does tell people if I want to buy, now is the time. Okay, so thing number one I wish I knew before I started my coaching business was how to price. Don't forget, in the Work From Anywhere toolkit, you get a calculator, like you get a pricing calculator that helps you factor in expenses into setting your prices. It also helps you figure out what kind of value you're providing for customers so that you can work that into your pricing. It's probably going to show you that you are way undercharging. You can get that toolkit at exodussummit.com/toolkit. If you've already gotten the toolkit, this calculator is a new addition, and I've sent it out to you in a separate email. All right, the second thing that I wish I knew before I started my coaching business was how beneficial collaboration would be. I am a loner by nature. I do things alone. I always have at work, at school, but collaboration is the key to growth. And it's also the key to improving your skills. So collaborate. Find people who talk to the same audience that you talk to, right? Find people who have the same heart to serve. Find people who you like, who you vibe with when you read their posts on Instagram or when you watch their YouTube videos, and reach out to them to collaborate. Collaboration can be a YouTube video or a podcast guest interview. It could be a larger project like a virtual summit, like I co-hosted with Rashida Dow from Sheeta's on the Loose. Don't make the mistake of thinking that you have to collaborate with people with humongous audiences. People always want to reach up, but reach across. Reach to people who are where you are. Grow together. As long as your audience is relevant to them and their audience is relevant to you, everybody benefits. A good collaboration starts with a good pitch, right? It starts with a good, here, I want to work with you. Here's how you and your audience are going to benefit. If you need some help with writing pitches, right? If you need some help with that outreach, comment, because it doesn't come naturally to me either. I have to work on it. If you need some help with that, I can do a video on it. Leave a comment. Let me know if you want to talk a little bit about pitching or a little bit about collaborating, how to find the right people, and how to approach them, and then how to make sure that you benefit after the collaboration or during the collaboration. Let me know in the comments, and we can work on that too. We can work on that together. For, I don't know, 3 years, two or 3 years, I ran a blog, which is vicarious.com, which I still have, where I did everything myself. There were no guest posts, there were no collaborations, not even any guest interviews. That blog still hasn't taken off, right? That blog is still like dead in the water. I'm a good writer, I think, but nobody is seeing the blog. I started this YouTube channel June of 2019. By December, I had done a 12 interview series collaboration with Rashida Dow and with 12 Black women who had taken a sabbatical to travel, and my YouTube channel exploded. I think it's fair to say. I went from 26 subscribers to over 1,000 subscribers in less than 6 months. Now we're talking, it's been a year since that time, and I've added another 4,000 subscribers since that time, so I'm at like 5,400 today. That's collaboration. That's what happens when you talk to other people and work with other people who have similar relevant audiences to you. Or not even people who have audiences, but like people who have friends and family who are relevant to you, right? If their Facebook friends are also your ideal clients, they make a good collaboration partner. So thing number 2 that I wish I had learned before I started my coaching business was the power of collaboration. I'm all in on it. All right, so now the third thing that I wish I had known before I started my coaching business was to start coaching, start offering your services before you create some sort of course or product. I do one-on-one calls with women. Rashida and I just did a bunch of one-on-one calls for Exodus Breakthrough House, which is a house where we're going to get together and do some one-on-one or small group coaching with some coaches and freelancers and trip planners and live event organizers. And all of them were like, yeah, I need to get started, but first I need my website. First I need my course. First I need to create this thing. First I need to start my podcast. And it's like, no, get a client first, right? Get a client first. Number one, that client will then pay for these things, because these things do cost money. Even a blog, even a website costs a little bit of money. So first get some clients so that they can pay for things. But second, you need to get some clients because you need to know exactly what people want before you go out and create a product or a service. I can't tell you how many ideas I've had in my head, and then I've tried to put them out there to people for sale, and they're like, don't nobody want that. Nobody wanted it. No one wanted it, or it wasn't helpful. What you did create didn't answer their questions. Don't do this to yourself, right? Get some clients, get some people in the door. If you're doing consultations, do some calls with people, do some one-on-one calls with people, find out exactly what they need before you go out and create something big like a course or even your website. Your first clients will actually write your book, create your course, build your webinar, write your speech for you. Okay, once you get enough clients under your belt that you can recite what they're saying while they're saying it, you have a product or you have a speech. But in the beginning, if you are trying to guess what people need, you're probably going to guess wrong. When I was mapping out this YouTube channel in 2019, I had like 5 or 6 different ideas for packing videos. You know what no one ever asks me? How to pack. Like, nobody cares about how to pack for a sabbatical, right? What they want to know is, where do you get these house sits, right? I had underestimated people's interest in house sitting. House sitter school happened because on every one-on-one call, when I thought we were going to talk about your sabbatical and getting money right, every call was like, okay, so tell me about house sitting, right? And they had the same handful of questions, boom, house sitter school. In my video on how to get your first clients on YouTube just a couple of weeks ago, Imani commented in the chat how she appreciated that I was 2 steps ahead in helping to answer her questions. And I freaking love that comment because yes, I'm 2 steps ahead. I'm not at the finish line. I'm not 50,000 steps ahead. I'm just a couple of steps ahead of the people that I help. Sometimes we think that we have to be at the finish line before we have anything to offer. Absolutely not the case. If you can get a person from point A to point B, get them from point A to point B. Market yourself as that, and you don't have to worry about creating this humongous thing that's a beast. A huge course is a lot of work, especially if you're answering questions that nobody has. I'm all in on the idea of creating the minimum viable product. What is the fastest thing that I can get out the door? I think that's probably a one-on-one call. For most of us, the fastest service that we can provide to people is 30 minutes of our time, right? It requires you to have some sort of calendar app, right? I use Calendly. I'll put my affiliate link for Calendly in the comments. And you need like Zoom or Google Meet, both of which are free. I read Eric Ries's book, Lean Startup, a long time ago, and this is his idea, the idea of the minimum viable product. If you're a consultant or a coach, probably the minimum, the easiest thing for you to do to get out the door to people is a consultation with you. Remember point number 1, we're not talking about free, don't give your time for free. But think about the thing that would be easiest for you to do today. If your plan is to start a business that will support your expat dreams, right? Most likely you want to go someplace that's a little cheaper. That's what people who talk to me want to do anyway. They want to come someplace like beautiful Mexico, Portugal, someplace where the cost of living is probably lower than it was where they are, or than it is where they are. Don't be surprised at how quickly you can flip the switch into, I have an online business and I help people do X, when that online business requires you to just have some time, right? Have 30 minutes with a customer. Help them with a problem, help them solve a problem, and then move on. An important point in this third thing that I wish I knew is not only do you not have to create a product or service until you have people tell you that they want it, but you also don't have to create it until they've paid you. This is a new switch that I have flipped on, okay? I pre-sell things now. Even once I know that people want it, I don't create it until they've paid me. I pre-sell an item. Rashida and I have done some pre-selling recently of some workshops, right? If no one signs up for this workshop, the workshop doesn't happen. And boom, we've saved our time, we've saved our sanity. If people do pay for the workshop, then great, we create the workshop. Only creating a product or service once someone has asked for it, and then only creating a product or service once someone has prepaid for it is a game changer, right? This is what has lifted the weight off in terms of being an online business owner for me. I highly recommend it. So 3 things I want you to walk away with are: you need to learn how to price based on value, based on transformation, not based on your time or effort or anything like that. I want you to know that collaboration is key. It's a game changer. It's an audience grower. It's a pressure taker offer. And I also want you to know that you should start before you have a course or a product. You can start with a service and don't make anything until someone has paid you for that thing. Pre-sell. So I promised you a couple of things that I can't give you a lesson on, that I still need to learn, that maybe you can get a head start on. The first thing that I still need to learn for my coaching business is selling. I'm good at marketing. You're here because I know how to market online, right? You've only found me because I know how to market online. You probably don't know me in IRL, as they say. You're here because I understand marketing, in particular YouTube marketing. But selling is not my strong suit today. If you're watching this in the future, hopefully I've gotten better at it. Right now I'm reading Snap Selling by Jill Conrath. I'm going to link to that in the description. And then next up I have a book on coaching called $1 Million Coaching by Alan Weiss, about the business of coaching. So selling is a skill that I am working on. And then the second thing that I can't help you with is time management. I need help. I had just, literally within the last 2 weeks, I have started using a work day, right? When you work online and you work from anywhere with your little laptop and your little phone, the whole day, you feel like you've worked all day, and then you look back, or I look back, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't get anything done today. I've had my laptop open all day. I've been in my email and my inbox all day, and I've got nothing done. So I've recently started setting up, I have a work schedule. Right now I'm working 7:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. My time. What am I? Mountain time. I'm mountain time right now. I'm Mexican Pacific time or something. So I'm working specific hours. It seems kind of counterintuitive to someone who has started a business to have freedom, to have a work schedule. But I mean, like I said, I don't work with a bra on. I don't put on eyebrows. It's still pretty loose and still pretty relaxed. And a lot of that is done from the bed, seriously. But I have set hours. I have the night before, I have set up my top 3 things that I need to get done the next day. And then I work to make sure that I get them done so that when 12:30 p.m. happens, I can look back and say, wow, that was a pretty productive work day. And then if I open up my laptop and do some stuff the rest of the day, bonus. But I still need help. If you have a book that you recommend on time management, or a podcast episode or something, send it my way. I need it. I'm not super big on productivity. I think that all the productivity talk is really talk about you're only valuable when you're producing. That is not my message. I hope you know that by now. You are valuable without creating or producing anything towards the bottom line, right? This is fruit of the slavery tree, that you're valuable if you do something, if you create something, if you make money for someone else or for yourself. You're valuable even if you don't do anything. You are valuable as a human. So I'm anti-productivity talk, so I don't really need, it's not that I want productivity help as much as I just need some time management help, right? I see these as two different things. You might be like, what's the difference? To me, there's a difference. Don't forget that I have linked to the books and to the other videos, Letitia Stiles' video that I mentioned during this video in the description. So click the box to get to them. And also don't forget to get your Work From Anywhere toolkit. We've recently added in the calculator for pricing for coaches, consultants, freelancers. But the toolkit also has links to our favorite remote work sites, Rashida's and mine, Rashida from Sheeta's on the Loose. Our favorite places to get remote work if you're looking for a remote job. Some of the tools that you need to work remotely, VPN, you might need a SIM card that works internationally. Some Airbnb links are also in the Work From Anywhere toolkit. You can get that toolkit at exodussummit.com/toolkit. All right, so I started out in the shade. The sun now has me full on glowing. I'm gonna take some time and enjoy myself. Oh look, hey, it's 12:56, so my workday is over. If you have questions, leave your questions in the comments. I would really appreciate it if you would take a second and hit the like button on this video and share this video with someone you know who wants to run a business that gives them the life of their dreams, right? That lets them live their dreams, whether that's an expat dream, a location freedom dream, whatever. Take a second and share. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.